Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is a lovely day to do some gardening. Before we get started, y'all know Earth is my planet.
Earth is my planet.
It's your host with the most, Paul Plant 2, back at you with a brand new gardening extravaganza. Number one, shout out everyone who is new to the channel and has subscribed. Welcome to the family. Number two, smash the like button. It's a new channel, so it helps me out. And number three, we're gonna get to planting today with an area I am very shameful of, okay? This isn't my shining achievement of what could be. This is something that desperately needs help. And this is like my backyard patio area. It looks like absolute garbage, okay? It is a storage facility for a bunch of things I found in the trash, got at thrift stores, estate sales, and I have a bunch of pots that are all just strewn in my backyard area. Shout out Foxy one time. So what I'm doing today is actually making over this area on a budget with plants that I've gotten for cheap or free and a few things that I'll pick up at some box stores to transform my backyard patio into a tropical jungle. Yes, indeed. So without further ado, let's get started and let's transform this space into something just a little bit better. Step one, clear out this space. Okay, some of you guys may be wondering why I am not spraying this down with a pressure washer. Number one, don't have one of those. Number two, this area is going to get dirty again. I have dogs and I know they're gonna tear up at least a couple of the plants. So this is just how I am clearing out most of the dirt as of right now. I know my dirty ass and my dogs' booties will make this a mess themselves. And all right, so everything has been sprayed all the way down. And now it's time to build the structure of this patio area. And so we're gonna start off with all these little puddles that I got. Now, I bought pretty much all of these for $40 at one estate sale, my guys. I know, it's crazy. And this giant pot, I got at a thrift store for $8, and then some other pots I got, people just threw out in the trash, okay? So we're gonna start with the biggest pots, and we're gonna have them anchored down the corners. All right, look at this dude. The reason I'm placing him in this corner is he's gonna catch all the rainwater from the roof, as is this other big old terracotta pot. Look at them cheeks. All right, now to build more structure, I have all of these little plant stands. So I'm gonna throw these in the corner, put some smaller pots on them, and build some structure that way as well. All right, this is my classic technique of stair stepping. Tallest and biggest pots in the back, small dudes in the front, and that's how you create a nice dynamic design. And I match both corners with one another, and pretty much I'm just freestyling all the way, okay? So it looks good to me, is what I like, and obviously you can move stuff around. It's your garden, for Christ's sakes. Do what you want with it and enjoy the process, mi amigos. And all right, so it is the next day and we have a lot of the pots where they're going to go, at least for now, but it's time to throw in some plants. So you guys can see when the sun is out, this area against this wall has direct sunlight. This area is shaded all the way throughout the day. Now, a lot of the plants I'm throwing in, I dug out of the garbage, and then I spent $150 at Lowe's and Home Depot today picking up plants. My cart was loaded down, a bunch of tropicals, a bunch of really cool, bright, colorful plants are what I'm going to throw in. But for now, we're gonna start off with the biggest plants first, build up some structure, and then work our way down to the smaller ones. So the first plant we're gonna throw in the giant pot behind me is going to be this dude right here, this elephant ear. Now this guy is huge, but if you've been following the channel for a minute, y'all know when I did my $30 makeover with a little tropical garden vibe, I had a bunch of roots that I found in a bag of like green waste trash, which I guess the city makes mulch out of. And yeah, I planted it and this is the result. So these big ass elephant ears can tolerate full shade, which this corner gets. They'll get huge, so it'll add some nice structure and hold down this entire area and probably provide some shade and a little bit of a cooler climate for Foxy to lay up under. But now it's time to get to planting. So I pulled this dude out of the pot, which was pretty difficult considering the roots grew through the bottom of it, but I got him in there. And then the soil that I'm using, I actually create myself by making compost and with sand from when I leveled out my backyard. And then there we have it. The elephant ear is growing, looking lovely, and has a lot of room to fill out. All right, so the elephant ear is donezo, my guys, in that big pot. And now what I want to put behind it to fill in this giant corner gap right here is going to be obviously one of my favorite plants, and it'll add a nice splash of color and a little differentiation in height and texture. It is the Cordyline fruticosa, or the Thai plant. All right, so this guy is gonna probably be about this huge in maybe a year or two. But for now, we're gonna throw 2 of these guys in the ground. They were $7 a piece, not too shabby for daddy. Let's add some wine to the corner of my patio. All right, this was supposed to be B-roll of the plant, but Foxy jumped in a whole pot, so I had to share it with you guys. This fool is wild. Okay, guys, I had to move in the shade because it is so hot. I myself might have to go full fetal position and crawl into one of these pots just to cool down. But the next plant we're throwing in is a plant I don't even know the name of. I got it at Garden Center for $10 like a year and a half ago, and it has almost died like 80 times, but it's still alive. So I'm gonna divide it in half so I get 2 of the plants, and I can have one on one side of the patio and one on the other. That's the plan, that's the mission. Let's get it in. All right, let me give you guys a word of advice real quick. If you have a plant that is this severely root bound, just use your hands. I almost broke a shovel trying to divide this dude, and I almost tore a muscle at the same time. Oh my God. So after that full arm workout, I just potted this sexy ass dude up in that pot, and then I placed that pot next to the elephant ear. And as I said, I had 2 of them for the price of 1. So this dude I put right on the other side, and overall with a little bit of water, he sprung right back to life. All right, so now the next plant we're gonna throw in is going to be one of these keystone plants. Right, a plant that holds it down, that's huge, and hopefully can bear some fruits. Not exactly sure, but we shall see. It is this dwarf Cavendish banana, and I love the colors on the leaves. You have like this dark burgundy-ish brown, and the reason why I selected this exact specimen, it was $16, but as you guys can see, this has 2 plants in one. So one of these pups got big, so I'm gonna divide this dude and have 2 large banana plants, or dwarf, but they're gonna be pretty damn large banana plants for basically $8 a piece. So yeah, sometimes when you're at the box stores, you gotta be strategic. If you see a pup growing off it, you basically get 2 plants for the price of 1. So I'm gonna divide this puppy and pot them up.
They never even had marriage counseling.
Ranger, move! Boom. Boom. So we're putting pot 1 of the Cavendish banana in this large terracotta pot right here. And if you want fruit, they need to be in full sun. So I'm putting one of the plants in full sun. We'll see how it goes. And then the other plant I am putting in the corner where it still gets a good amount of sun. But yeah, hopefully it'll grow up and take over this area. The leaves are absolutely beautiful, let alone if I get some fruit too. All right, so we got the Cavendishes in their pots. And now I need something tall to go in this little spot that has a similar leaf structure. And luckily I have some plants volunteer in my yard for free that I'm gonna utilize. Ooh, daddy, look at these freebies, baby. Yes, sir, indeed. So we got some canna lilies growing on the side of my house that I yanked out the ground. They volunteered, and I am making the most of these dudes. So they do grow in full sun and produce blooms, but they can produce amazing foliage in the shade. So these really tall ones I'm throwing in this jug right here. And this little short dude, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. I want to see him produce a nice flower, so he's going in the sun. But these dudes are just very cool. They go with the vibe. I like some, and nothing's better than free pimp. All right, so the canna lily's in the ground. If I can tell you guys one thing, I'm dying. Okay, it's hot than a beach. Hot than a beach. But yeah, the canna really makes a big difference. Okay, we got 2 of them in there. I likes it. I love it. And now, dude, I'm finna fill out the rest of these little shits. Starting with this Croton baby. So I needed a little bit of yellow just splashed into the garden mix. So I have this Butamus Croton native to Indonesia. It can get like 8 to 9 feet tall, which would be amazing, but it probably won't achieve such heights in such a little pot. But again, it has the perfect splash to any patio garden. Look at this dude right here. Absolutely crispy. Okay, so the colors are starting to go off, right? But this next one has not only the color, but the texture. It's Big Daddy Dracena, okay? Look at the little pink hits, nice variegation. A lot of these, again, can be houseplants. They can be grown indoors or outdoors as long as there's enough light in your house. There will definitely be enough light in this corner. I'm chucking them in. Okay, now next one we're gonna throw in, originally was growing in this white pot, but I left it outside in the freezer, Houston, Texas, and it died. That is a loud bug. Dude, it is this Butamus rubber plant or rubber tree. Ficus elasticus, something like that. Anyways, I want to shout out my friend Katie who actually gave this to me. Thank you so ever much. It is very small because it's probably root bound as hell in this container, but it's gonna get a little bit more room to grow in that dude. All right, so what's really cool about the Ficus elastica is that it can grow like 100 feet tall. So a lot of people just have these in their house, not even knowing that these dudes get huge, have aerial roots, crazy jungle-like in structure. But this guy is so tiny in this little pot, but hey, it's his home. Fuck it. Okay, everything is really starting to come together, and I am very, very excited with how that corner is looking. But now it's time to throw in my favorite plant, the Big Dad Bromeliad. I'm gonna chunk them in this nice white distressed pot right here, and I think it'll look good. Let's put them in now. If y'all been following the channel, you already knew I love me some bromeliads. They grow in trees in cloud forest. They come in so many colors. I also planted these nice spider plants, and I got a golden pothos, planted it in this pot just to add more of a lime green color. And man, we're making progress. Okay, so the next plant we're gonna pot up, I'm actually gonna divide in two first, and it's this Chinese evergreen. Now, I got this for free from a hotel along with all the plants I let die in the freeze of Texas. Big mistake. This dude was inside my house, was doing horribly, but ever since I put it outside, it has thrived. So I'm gonna bust it down into two separate plants, really maximize the usage, and yeah, enjoy the Butamus foliage of this guy. All right, so this corner is looking pretty green and just boring monochromatic. So I gotta spark it up with that gold dust croton. I love gold. This says it needs full sun. I think that's false. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't lose its color, but there's only one way to find out, and that's to throw it in the pot. Ooh. Okay, y'all, so the next plant we're throwing in is a biggin, all right? But this dude is only a baby right now. It was $7. It's a white bird of paradise. It'll take some time for it to grow, but we got a big pot for it, so hopefully it'll fill out and look amazing as it gets older. Okay guys, I feel like we're getting close to completion, but with that being said, there still are some really cool planters. This actually was a cookie jar, but I mean, it gets no more tropical than a penguin with a surfboard, brothers. Come on, man. Dude vacation out of Antarctica one time, but I have all these cool like ceramic plant holding facilities. However, they don't have holes for drainage, but I do have a handy dandy glass and tile drill bit. So I'm about to make holes in these dudes, then add some plants, and this will really liven up the garden and make it a lot more fun than just having these standard pots. So yeah, with this drill bit, you can turn literally anything into a planter. And so, my friends, my penguin got a new hairstyle, that flax lily. I also chunked in a beautiful purple wandering Jew plant, another bromeliad in this white dish, some Monstera Deliciosa, ooh, and then a croton to match the other side, and I got a big cordyline fruticosa just to balance out everything, make it symmetrical, make it sexy, and I threw in a little snake plant as well, this nice little bench I found in the trash. And the next day, the sun rose on my achievements, my friends. I dug out some of the weeds from the cracks, and as you guys can see, the background is looking good, but to complete it and add a cherry on top, I threw down this bright yellow rug that I got for 20 bucks at Ross. And here, my friends, is the final product. I hope y'all enjoyed. And alrighty guys, so there it is, man, at the patio. is fully made over. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. There are obviously a bunch of pots that I still need to fill up with some plants, and that'll take some time, and it'll be other segments of this video. And obviously all these plants are infinitesimal little babies, so I'll probably do an update once these guys really grow in. God forbid it freezes here in Houston, Texas again, because this is going to be a pain to move all these guys inside. But overall, this area looks significantly better, and that is what I love to see. So yeah, man, hopefully if you guys have a porch, a little nook outside, or anything that you guys can pot up some plants in, definitely be sure to do that. You already know, Earth is my planet.
Earth is my planet.
And yeah, let's start to grow stuff and make a little bit of a change whilst we can, if we can. It's worthwhile, it's fun, it's cool, it looks good. Why not? Anyways, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace and love. Please smash the like button. It's a new channel. And until next time, I'm locked, I'm loaded, and I'm out. Peace.
Killing these songs, leaving a bloody life I roost to. And I'm in it to win it, so I'm somebody that you should get used to.